In the architecture, data is stored in which memory structure? Can you name it? Once you say select star from EMP, that blocks are brought by server process and kept in which memory structure?
It is stored in database cache.
DB buffer cache. Okay. DB buffer cache. Okay. So you assume that, just for discussion sake, assume that DB buffer cache size is the size is say 1 GB. Okay. Just for discussion sake. Okay. And I am accessing some 20 GB table. Okay. You are selecting 20 GB table. Now tell me what will happen, how it will manage with this 1 GB DB buffer cache.
And if it is filled, it will flush the data and
Yes, so I am waiting for that word flush. It will flush the data and it will bring new set of data, right?
yes.
So assume that in most of the application it will be having some ref tables or master tables, we call ref tables, reference tables or master tables. Example I will tell you. If you are having a business in more than one country, then definitely one country table will be there, right? Country table. If you are working on any trading application, then currency table will be there. How often the country table and currency table data might change? What are your thoughts on it? Very rarely. So most of the time we call as read-only tables. Depending upon, we create them as a read-only tables. Oracle gave us a feature. You can make some tables as read-only, so that no updates and deletes are allowed. Even if at all there is a requirement to add one more country, which very rarely happens, then DBA can make it read write and they can enter that record and they'll make it read only back. Okay, that's how they handle it, because there are chances that if you want to edit something like that. So when you are flushing, we are telling DB buffer cache is 1 GB size and you are accessing 20 GB table. So that statement and these reference or master tables, why we call as reference or master table, means most of the time your 60 to 80% of the application will be accessing this table. Okay. Possible, right? Because those are the common tables. If I want to know how many employees countrywide, then I need country table. If I want to know how business performed countrywide, then I need. So these are the most of your application forms, reports, batch programs might be accessing these reference tables or master tables. So when you are accessing such a big tables, 20 GB tables, when I am joining, what will happen to 1 GB anyway, it will flush out. What will happen to these small tables, country table, reference table? Even those tables data also will get flushed out, right? Possible, right?
Yes.
Because it needs space, so it will flush out. Again, if it want that data, means again the server process will bring and keep it in DB buffer cache. So
extra task.
Yeah, extra task. So what Oracle has given one option, when you have such small tables which are used by 80% of your application. Okay, I am telling some examples, currency, country, like that. But once we know about application, we'll come to know. So these tables you can make whenever you are fleshing out. We can tell Oracle, don't flush these master tables. That we can give a command and we can tell that option we call as caching the tables. Caching the tables. Okay, so how do you know whether any table is cached right now or not? Means in user underscore tables, yeah, you can see table name cache from user underscore tables. See how much information you have in user underscore tables. So much will be there, but at least whatever is required for our tuning purpose, we have to. I'm running this. You can see DPT table as of now is cached. Other tables are not cached. Okay. So how do you tell Oracle that keep this table in cache? Alter table DEPT cache. Okay. So this is how this feature is very important. If you don't want table to be in cache, then you have to give alter table no cache.
Suppose we want this bonus table also to be cached, so we should give the command alter table suppose any table and cash.
Yeah. See, just now I gave DEPT no cash. See, now it has changed to N. Okay.
Understood.
If you want to, do you want me to try for bonus? I will try. You want to see?
No, it's okay. I understood.
So,
That means by this action, when the Oracle will do the flushing of the memory.
DB buffer cache, specific.
Yes, the DB buffer cache especially. It will not flush out the data of the
Cached tables.
Cache tables.
Okay. Can I keep 500 MB table in the cache? What is your suggestion? I have a EMP table which is of 500 MB size, just for discussion.
No, I guess not.
So only the criteria is 3 criteria we generally follow. One is it should be master table or ref table, means which that table should be used by most of your application parts. Say it as form, report, batch program, or anything. Okay. So and one more thing, the table should be very small. How many, even if I have currency, how many the table will have 100 records, right?
Yes, not more than.
Country also, one big MNC, Indian MNC, it used to do business when I was working 54 countries only. Okay, how many records? Only 54 records will be there, right? Such a big company, it used to do in 54 countries. So like that, table size should be very less. And second condition, it should be frequently used by your most of the application. So how do you know whether it is used? One is, once application owner will be there, we can go and talk to them. Okay. So we'll come to know. So these 2 conditions generally we see. Most of the time we see these 2 conditions.
And can't we place like in cache memory the views? Suppose I want that table not to be flushed out. So I create a view on that table and I place that like not cached.
View, you want to cache it, right?
Yes.
What is the advantage? View is nothing but it's a logical this thing, right?
Yes.
Instead of a BigQuery.
But whatever it is, it can be as
Only,
large as the table and it can be as small as a record.
see,
Yes.
view actually it is a query name, right? It's a query name. Okay.
Yes.
For a BigQuery, you are giving a small one name, and so that end user is doing select star from like that. Instead of that complexity we are hiding from end user. That's the only advantage of view. Here I am talking about the table data. Can you see the difference? Here I am telling entire table I am keeping. View means it's a logical name given to a query. Queries, where will they reside? In library cache. Where will data reside? DB buffer cache.
Table buffer cache, right.
So both are different, don't mix it, okay?
Right.
Here data itself is kept. Okay. Coming to the, if you want to pin something, whatever you asked is relevant question, but that cache is with respect to that. There is one more method where you can pin, even in the library cache also same problem can happen, right? So many SQLs being fired, it uses least recently used algorithm to flush out, right? Library cache. So even there also this problem can occur, right? Not with respect to table data, with respect to code, procedure or function code, okay, or package code, okay. So even these things also they can pin it into the library cache. That option I'll discuss when we come with respect to memory tuning, okay?
All right.
So with this caching is clear, right? This is also one option we use it, okay? With respect to tables, that is small tables. Okay. If at all you are asking, if you want to keep a big table, definitely it will ruin the performance. So it should be very small and also used by 80% of your application, maybe 70, like that. Okay. Just like that, if I am keeping 1000 records in the cache means unnecessarily, and which is not often used by queries, what is the advantage we get?